Something that this administration has been very keen to talk about, the deficits and disparities between countries. Is that something that you expect will come up today, and how keen is the U.S. to get that addressed during this visit?
Yeah, I do believe it will come up primarily because President Trump holds some long-standing views with regards to merchandise trade imbalances, and South Korea has been a target of his rhetoric in the past, long before he became president. There's about a $27 billion deficit that the U.S. has with South Korea that I think that the South Koreans are going to be under some kind of pressure rhetorically, at least, to try to close in some way. And I think we've already seen some signal that the South Koreans are trying to do that in terms of inward investment into the United States, announcements by Samsung and LG in recent weeks.
So yes, that's something to watch. In terms of the trade relationship, they do have a free trade agreement, don't they, South Korea and the US, going back to 2012. It's bilateral. Do we get a sense that perhaps President Trump is slightly more persuadable on the benefits of bilats versus multilats?
Possibly, although President Trump also criticized the Chorus FTA during the campaign. I think it's entirely possible that there could be a review and an effort to try to revise and maybe strengthen the FTA in order to try to balance the perceived advantages that President Trump still feels may be disadvantaging the United States.
Scott Snyder, how satisfied do you think South Korea is with the level of engagement it's had with the U.S. under this president? I struggle to think of another country administration officials have visited more. I recall Secretary of State Rex Tillerson traveling there, Secretary of Defense James Mattis traveling there shortly after their appointments. This is, by all intents and purposes, a big focus of this administration.
Absolutely. It appears that North Korea has become one of the top foreign policy priorities for the Trump administration. Essentially, South Korea has had monthly visits from cabinet-level officials since Trump's inauguration, and now we have a new South Korean president here. It's clearly an intensive interaction, and it's one that really requires the U.S. and South Korea to find ways to work together with each other. There's simply not a unilateral alternative for either South Korea or the United States as they face the North Korean challenge.
Yeah,
yes.
Scott,